All right, our next speaker, Senior Cadillac Sales Director Auldon-Sweeney Wydo, started her Mary Kay business at 19 years old, going into her sophomore year of college. Within 5 months, she earned the first of her first career cars and quickly promoted herself to the sales director position. Auldon has been a star consultant each quarter since she began her business. She and her unit have earned 8 cars, 4 of them being the prestigious pink Cadillac. And Auldon, at 21, was the youngest pink Cadillac director in Michigan. She's been on the company's Court of Sharing and Court of Sales 7 times each. And in addition, she's achieved triple star for the past 5 years. She and her unit have achieved unit circles 9 times, the highest to date at the Circle of Excellence, earning the Prestige Trip with over $850,000 in retail sales. Her highest monthly earning has exceeded $25,000. Auldon and her husband Cody have traveled to the Bahamas on a cruise with Mary Kay, as well as trips to Edinburgh, Budapest, and Prague. She lives in Detroit with her husband and sons, Steele, Zurich, and their 2 French bulldogs, Mr. and Cash. Please welcome to the stage Auldon-Sweeney Wydo.
I'm not supposed to touch it, right? Okay, I'll try my best. Aren't you guys so happy you're here already? There's been so many nuggets. I want you to turn to the person that you're sitting next to and say, I make great choices. It was a great choice to invest in coming to this event. We're so thankful to have you here and excited to see, what God's up to with this group of women in Michigan and those who've traveled in, of course. So I want to share with you guys, Dawn asked, share what you feel an it is that is imperative to be passed on for this next generation in Mary Kay. And you guys, of course, any of us could be up here forever. We could spend the night here talking about things, but the first thing that came to my mind was making money selling this product, paying real life bills selling this product, and I feel very confident in that because it has been all that has paid for my real life my entire adult career. So I started my business, like Dawn shared. I was in college, and she really did. When I decided to start, she handed me this stack. It was 6 CDs of her boot camp and said, become a master at these, and this business will take you anywhere you want to go. And I remember when I picked up my first Cadillac, you guys, I was devastated because it didn't have a CD player in it. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because I did what Dawn shared. I wanted the life that she had created because of Mary Kay, so I was willing to take her coaching and listen to what she said. I believed it. And I hope you guys do too. The women that are in leadership positions in Mary Kay, and this is really probably one of the main reasons that I chose to invest my time and talents into a Mary Kay business and continue to, is because I value so deeply that the women that are in positions in Mary Kay have walked it out. They have lived it. They're not in a position because of who they knew, their degree, anything like that. They're in the position because they did the work. And how you teach from experience is very different than people teaching from theory. So the women that are in leadership positions in Mary Kay, believe them, because it wouldn't be in any of our best interests to lead people astray. But oftentimes, like how Dawn shared, watch what you say but to, because we're really good at padding our excuses, really good at it, and negotiating with ourselves, right? But I love also that in Mary Kay, it can be very simple if you choose for it to be very simple. So those, CDs I figured out we had them on flash drives. We put the boot camps on flash drives, and I could plug that into my Cadillac because I would go and do a skincare class and re-listen to it. You guys, I could probably verbatim, word for word, for all 6 hours, go through that boot camp training. And that's the level of deliberate practice I hope you guys will leave here and be intentional about. because it's not just about absorbing all of the information, it's about absorbing it, going and doing it, listening to it again, tweaking, going and doing it. That deliberate practice versus just going through the motions, but never tweaking and changing things in the process of it. So I did. I started when I was 19. I was in college, and I fell in love with this business for me. I love seeing women transform in front of a mirror. I love offering women hope and a choice that they can do something different to get something different. And you guys, those 13 years ago that I started, I think women need more hope now than they did 13 years ago. I can't speak for, Dawn, but I know she said it. She believes the same from almost 39 years ago. And that is a God thing. That's how we know that Mary Kay Ash really did this as, her calling, and I'm so thankful for that. But it's up to us to make sure that we're passing on Mary Kay Ash's real Mary Kay. And she wanted women to be able to pay real life bills with the sales of this product. And I saw that modeled before me. So I obviously grew up in a Mary Kay household. I saw that our life was paid for by Mary Kay because my mom was willing to invest in helping women feel better about themselves through this product and offering women hope through this opportunity. And I will tell you, I grew up in Metro Detroit, but God obviously knew he was planting seeds because I do have a natural tendency to roll my eyes quite often. And my 2-year-old son has learned this skill very well and fast. I am getting payback tenfold, and she thinks it's lovely. But you guys, I saw in high school my friends' families fall apart because of job loss. And in that moment, I decided I'm going to stop rolling my eyes because what my mom had with her Mary Kay business was control over our family. And I want every single woman to have that. And how you have that is by going and doing the work, investing in helping women feel good about themselves, getting women on skincare. We talked about this a lot last night at our event, like tracking skincare customers. My unit knows, I will ask, how many skincare customers? I do care. Obviously, we want people using all of our fabulous color products and stuff, but your reorder business and your income is from skincare customers. And I started at 19 and built my business and had the exciting ability that we could, plan for a dream house. I can tell you my first house was paid for with Mary Kay products. Sales, and my husband wasn't even around. He was playing professional hockey at the time, so I got the house without him. I welcomed him after 6 months. Was his first time coming home to the house. I'm like, welcome to my home. And don't mess anything up, please and thanks. But you guys, you can, have a dream. I hope you all have dreams, and maybe you need to shake those dreams off, but your Mary Kay business can be the vehicle to those dreams because we have the control when we want to up our income because I'll be real. Life's expensive and everything needs money. Not everything's about money, but you need money for pretty much everything. And in Mary Kay, we can choose to up our income when needed. So I can tell you when I moved into that first house and went from living at Dawn's house, not sleeping until 10 a.m., that adulting hits hard. And I realized, I like nice things. And I have to pay for these nice things. And you guys, I knew every single week how much I needed to sell to pay for my life. And what that brought was me to new faces that then brought me to new team members that then brought me to new layers of my business. And we had the dream of having a historic home in Detroit. And quickly learned that, again, I have really expensive taste because historic homes in Detroit are quite expensive and the maintenance of them is very expensive. But Cody and I knew I could up my income with my Mary Kay business, and that wasn't, I'll just do more as a sales director. It was, I need to go see more faces, build 100 more skincare customers, and build my business from there. And that led us to be able to buy our, historic Detroit dream house. And that was a, really great experience. And I was 6 months pregnant. And my husband was the top salesperson at a Detroit-based company. And literally, it was Friday. It was March 17th. And it was 6 a.m. because he does morning skates, hockey. And he came back and was like, hey, I got an email from work. I'm like, cool. We had literally contractors in our house doing renovations. And he was like, my whole company's gone. It wasn't a mass email, you guys. It was like an email that had like 450 people on it. And he was their top producer. And he got the same exact email as like homie who started 2 days ago. Okay? And I was like, wow, I need some coffee. Like, I need to like wake up a bit. But you guys, in that moment, I knew we were okay because I can sell products and make whatever money is needed to keep the dream. And I remember calling my mom and saying, what would anybody else do? And she's like, the house would be for sale. You'd give up the dream. Because employees don't have the ability to say, my husband lost his very high income job and it had nothing to do with him. It was just outside, things happening. And they can't say like, oh, well, I need to make X amount of money to make things up. They'd be like, cool, thanks, go get a different job. Like, you can't do that. But in Mary Kay, you can if you choose to. And we have full control over that. And you guys, that is, we're in a society where people talk about flexibility all the time. And yes, we have flexibility with Mary Kay, but we have full control if you're willing to do the work. And one of those things, you guys, with making money selling the products, if you don't already have bills that depend on your Mary Kay business, pick some. Or like Dawn was sharing, like if you're all set, pick some, ministries. Pick some things that you need to work for to give back to. Because you have a different confidence. Like nobody can tell me that you don't make money in Mary Kay or that you can't make money in Mary Kay. Like you can say it all you want, but I don't believe it because that's not how I've lived. That's not my reality. And you guys, more women need to know that they can do this for extra income because women make very different choices when they know that they have control of their finances or not. And a lot of women need some different choices. So one of the things too, you guys, with selling products and paying for real life bills, when I started my business, I knew that my mom had always had inventory. Inventory was always at my house in the basement. When I used to tell people she was a stay-at-home mom, like, what'd your mom do? She stays at home, because her office was in my house, and that was very uncommon 30-some years ago, and people would see her Cadillac and be like, I think she does something else. I think she might do something else. But I saw products, I saw customers, I saw reorder business, I saw that modeled, and I knew, and you guys, I can tell you, when another aha moment for me was during the pandemic, or when the pandemic started, and we were all like, holy smokes, what's going on here? You guys, I looked at my shelf in my office, and I knew I have products here. I can sell these products if I can't order a dime from Mary Kay, because we didn't know what was going on, and God bless Mary Kay and all of you guys that did all the amazing things. That was absolutely miraculous. But there was a moment where I was like, whoo, this is going to be interesting. But I had products on my shelf, and I knew I can float us 6 to 12 months because I have control over this, you guys. And that, you make very different choices, but you never lose hope when you have control like that. And so that's something that I hope we never lose. That's an it that needs to be passed on. You're a business owner, and you can choose to run this like a business. And I have always had products on hand, so my customers have known that I always have products on hand. They know they can get products right away. And I used to, I probably should get back to it now that I'm thinking of it, I used to have filled roll-up bags, and each week I had a goal of how many roll-up bags I was selling, not like how many mascaras I was selling, not anything like that. How many filled skincare roll-up bags am I selling this week? I mean, you guys, that's talk of $1,000 a week, $500 profit a week. I mean, I heard a stat, I think it was a few weeks ago, that on average, 50% of Americans right now have more debt than they do savings. 50%. So that is a lot of different socioeconomic levels, right? And in Mary Kay, we can choose to make that different. And you can sell a lot of products and make significant money. We were breaking down some numbers last night, and obviously the first goal always is 100 skincare customers. Because you guys, skincare customers, if a woman trusts you with her skin, she's then gonna trust you with all of her color stuff. And I don't know, our eyeshadows are absolutely amazing, but they last forever, which is a good thing, but also like, I'm like, okay, like maybe we should change, like order some more eyeshadows, please. Like, you know what I mean? But like skincare, hopefully they're washing their face morning and night, right? So on average, this is very conservative. If you have a skincare customer that reorders 3 times a year, so I'll start small, 25 Time-Wise Repair customers. And you guys, I'm always talking Time-Wise Repair. Our Miracle Set's great, but Repair's the best. So 25 Time-Wise Repair customers ordering 3 times a year, that's $16,875. That means your profit's about $8,400. That's a lot of extra income. Could you guys get excited about that? I could get excited about that. 50 Time-Wise Repair customers would be an average of around $33,750 a year. And so that's profiting $16,875. That's a little more exciting, right? There's people that work a lot of hours a week for somebody else and don't make that much money. And then what about 100 Time-Wise Repair customers ordering 3 times a year? And this is just the repair. This isn't all the other goodies that we have. $67,500. That's $33,750. You guys, that's just from 100 customers. In the process of that, you're gonna find other customers that order different things, and you're gonna find a rock solid team. But if you're leading out front selling products, you then replicate yourself. And that's what we need. Like how Allison said, like her, charge to us is grow year over year. Start tracking your skincare customers and challenge yourself to grow year over year, because what's really nice in Mary Kay, and something that I, loved from when I started, is that I saw that you could invest your time here and it was gonna pay you over and over and over again here. But that's when you're building skincare customers. And what I love is that if you're tracking skincare customers and retail sales, it is great, to be in a place, and I know a lot of the top directors are with me, like we can do the Queen's Court of Sales on reorder business, which is a real fun place to be, you guys. That's thousands of dollars a month on reorders, but there's no growth in that. So if you're tracking new skincare customers, new skincare customers, you're then in front of the people to pass this business opportunity on, which is what we need immensely. And we offer women something very uncommon with our culture and relationships, and it is needed now, I believe, more than ever. And we have always been countercultural, and I am giddy and excited that we are countercultural and that we are uncommon, but we need more women to know who we really are in Mary Kay. And that's up to us. Like, Dawn said, Allison can't go and do skincare classes. Like, we're happy. She does all of her stuff, but they do all of their stuff and they're holding a high bar. We have to do all of our stuff and hold a really high bar as well. Like, we need to leave here with reckless abandon and be focused on making money and sharing this opportunity. And so I am giving a challenge, right? Yeah, I'm giving a challenge. I am. I am. But another thing, you guys, just in closing before I give you a phenomenal challenge, is that something that I believe that we have in Mary Kay the ability to do is offer women a place to win. And really in life and as women, we do wear a lot of hats, and we love our men and husbands, and they're great and wonderful, but we still do. And I remember calling my mom after I had my son, and I'm like, Cody's great, but like it's still a lot on me. And she's like, yeah, get used to it. It keeps getting more and more, but that's a privilege that we have. We get to do those things, and I've said this for quite a few years now. We don't have to do Mary Kay. We don't have to book, coach, sell, recruit. We don't have to sell products. We get to, because that changes how you think of things. It's a gift. We get to, but we need more women winning. We need you guys winning, because winning's contagious. And that's where you find the women that are like, ooh, they lean in. Like, because when you have a winning culture, people want to be part of it. I mean, that's why we all love sports teams. Even if you don't like sports, like, you can get excited when there's championships going on, like seeing people at their best. And we get to hone that skill every day. And it starts with book, coach, sell, recruit. And Dawn touched on it earlier about choosing women that Mary Kay needs. And so as you guys are going through today, I want you to be thinking of, like, who's coming to your heart and mind, the sharpest women that you know. In a book that was written about Mary Kay by her personal assistant, she said when Mary Kay started, she told her original 9, the OG 9, that the goal was to find the 100 most prestigious women in the community to build the foundation of their company on. That's very different than finding women that need Mary Kay. And I don't mean this in a mean way. Hear my heart on that. Mary Kay is for everyone if they're willing. But we need sharp, able, ready to work, willing to work women that want our uncommon culture. They want to win. They want to come into Mary Kay and use their gifts and talents in this arena of Mary Kay, because it is the best place to work and to win. So my challenge for you guys, there's going to be a script on screen here, and you can snap photos of all the things so you can save them, so you're not worried about, like, you know, writing them all down as fast as you can. But my challenge to you guys is to do 15 practice interviews. Can you, Gail, do you have the one that's just the, just the bottom? Yes, this one. Is that better? Can you guys see it, or you still need to? The reason that we're having you guys do 15 practice interviews in a very short time frame is because that's your traditional pearls of sharing. So that's how you start your business, and that's always how you continue building your business. And the script on the bottom, hey Dawn, I know Mary Kay isn't anything you've ever considered for yourself. In fact, it's probably not for you. But would you be willing to listen to how Mary Kay works to help me with my training? I've used that script for years. I've built my entire career on that. Practice interviews. I don't think so. It's like a picture. All right.
I'll make sure that this is on the screen during lunch and during any of our breaks. So if you don't get a good photo of it now, you'll be able to step up to the stage and get a good photo of it sometime today,
Perfect.
I promise.
Thank you, Gail. You're the best. Give Gail a round of applause for keeping us all together. But you guys, that's a super simple script. And so that's something I know Carrie Bloink talked last night and said, you know, after this event, go sit in your car. Like, don't go home right away. You guys are going to have time, you know, in nooks and crannies and during lunch to make this truly a workshop. So you leave this, you know, parking lot with things already booked, and you're taking everything that you've absorbed here and you're ready to pour it back out quickly, immediately, quick action. So that's you're going to have your script, and you're going to do practice interviews with 15 of the sharpest women that you know. And are we doing it in October? I was going to say this week. I was going to say by Tuesday. So swiftly. All right.
Who wants to shout out a word? So many good things.